words, you know.
Did you know that regular fasting can actually boost your heart health? I did not know this. I know in our community there are a lot of people who fast on a regular basis for religious reasons or for health reasons, but apparently this can really help with your cardiovascular health. There was a study done by doctors in Utah, and what's interesting is that 90% of the patients in the study are Mormon, and that faith encourages its members to fast one day a month. And so they had this large number of participants in the study who were fasting regularly, and they found that people who fasted regularly had a 58% lower risk of coronary disease compared to those who didn't fast. 58% lower risk.
One whole day.
It's amazing. It's one whole day a month. Now, the downside of this particular study is that it did not ask for specific details on the type and the duration of the fasting among the participants, but there are some preliminary interviews which suggest that the most common form of fasting involved in this monthly ritual for Mormons was abstaining from all food and drinking only water for a 24-hour period. So it's, it's a pretty hard fast. It's not like sometimes we have, Hindu fasts, which are like, I'll eat fruit and I'll drink juice and have milk and have chai, and, that's the version of fast for some people.
But, Indian folks have been doing this for centuries, Up here, I find that if you don't eat dinner once a week or twice a week, you will end up losing 5 to 10 pounds. I mean, you can eat breakfast, you can eat lunch, just don't eat dinner, or just have a glass of milk. And sure enough, you get to lose 5, 10, and 15 pounds. I got to go on.
Well, I mean, it's great to lose weight. I think it's even more exciting to see that you could be improving your overall heart health, right? You're not only just seeing the pounds drop, but seeing that this is having a larger impact longer term on your health. And it seems like it's something very doable. I mean, after all, our bodies need a rest.
Yeah. But one other thing, if you say that I am doing this for God, it makes it easier. It gives it a reason. It's like a Lent. In Christians on Friday, they give a Lent. So this is like a Lent. Okay, God, I'm not going to eat for one night, or I'm not going to eat for one day. I mean, that's good for your health. But you need to have a reason. God is a good reason.
There is a good reason. Well, for all of you Abhishek Bachchan fans out there, you might want to know what this famous Bollywood hero really loves. It's basketball, not only American basketball, but Magic Johnson. Abhishek Bachchan, ever since he was a child, has been a huge fan of Magic Johnson. He actually has 2 of his jerseys. He's admired this basketball player for years. And, he's been encouraged at times to actually reach out to Magic and maybe admit his kind of admiration for the player. Well, Twitter has made it all possible because Abhishek actually sent a tweet to Magic expressing his admiration, and Magic tweeted back and said that he really enjoys Abhishek too. So we have these, superstars in India and in the United States who are mutual fans of one another.
But Bollywood is reaching out to Hollywood, and Hollywood is reaching out to Bollywood. Last week, there was a award ceremony up in Bollywood, and they invited Hollywood actor Hugh Jackman to come over and accept an award, and he was so excited. He says, I want to work in India. And I have seen a lot of good actors go into Bombay, go into Bollywood, one of these days, these things are going to happen. The big time is going to happen. Let's face it, Anil Ambani, now he owns part of DreamWorks. So they are in Hollywood now. And let's hope some good films come out of that collaboration.
Absolutely. That's about all we have for you this week. But be sure to tune in next week when we'll have the acclaimed chef Sanjeev Kapoor. He is famous for Khana, Khazana and all of his wonderful Indian cooking books. And we get to meet and talk with him.
Spring is here. You have a wonderful weekend. Namaste.
Today in the studio, we have a special treat for all our viewers. You have read his plethora of best-selling cookbooks, and you've watched him on ZTV's Khana, Khazana. A few years back on Darshan, we aired segments from it. Okay. So our association is also pretty close with Khana, Khazana.
Now we have Food, where I do a show called Sanjeev Kapoor's Kitchen. and God willing, we'll have that on Darshan as well.
Sounds good. Sounds good. So how did you land the opportunity to host Khana Khazana?
The producers who were handling that, they came and met me, and they wanted to get me on a show on cooking for just one episode. And they were talking to many other chefs, but then they shot with few chefs, about 8-10 of them, and they realized that I was the only chef who could cook, speak, smile, and explain and teach. And it has stayed like that for last 18 years. It's today the longest running television.